So here on our farm, we raise 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef. What that means specifically is that from the moment they are born, they nurse off of their mother, and then they are weaned off of their mother onto grass and hay. That means there is no grain being fed to these animals, and there is no processed feed being fed to these animals. The only thing that these steers are eating is the grass from the meadow behind me and hay that we raise here on our farm. Now, grass-fed beef does have a different taste than corn-fed beef, and it's kind of like coffee. It's an acquired taste, but once you get used to it, it's actually a very, very good, flavorful beef. And on the bright side, it's a much more healthy option. It's much leaner, a lot less fat, and it's still very good, especially in tacos. We use a couple of different practices here on our farm to raise our beef, one of them being rotational grazing. We have a nice strong fence around the perimeter of 2 of our meadows, but within those meadows, we have them hot wired off into sections. These rotational grazing practices that we've implemented have allowed the pastures to become a much more healthy and sustainable source of feed for the steers throughout the spring, summer, and fall. And then as we move into the winter months like December, January, February, or March, we have a much healthier meadow and a much healthier pasture, which allows for much better regrowth in the spring. Rotational grazing also allows us to raise more animals on fewer acres and more efficiently than we did before. One of the huge differences you see between corn-fed beef and grass-fed beef is the time it takes to grow a 400-pound steer into a 1,000-pound steer. You can raise a lot more steers on corn and silage than you can on grass, but with corn and silage, you're getting beef that is higher in cholesterol and has a lot more fat, compared to grass-fed beef, which is lower in cholesterol and much leaner. Now, I like corn-fed and grass-fed beef the same. There is no shame in liking either one, but if you're someone who's a little bit more health conscious, grass-fed beef is probably the better way to go. Here on our farm, we also like to take care of our animals the best that we can, and behind me, we got this little run-in barn here that provides plenty of shelter from the elements, the cold. We keep it bedded with straw or corn fodder, which is a really comfortable, warm bed for them to sleep in, and it just keeps them out of the rain and the cold and the snow, you name it. Shelters like this are important for animal health and a lot of different reasons. It also keeps all of our hay and our bedding dry. On any decent day, even on a cloudy day like today, you'll find these steers out and about, bedded out in the meadow, or even just grazing. But when it comes feeding time, they're here in a heartbeat. So basically what I want to get across here is here on our farm, we pride ourselves in taking good care and raising a very quality product like this grass-fed beef here. For those of you who are curious, these are called British White Parks. Every now and again, we'll raise some Angus as well, but both of those breeds, Angus and British White Park, are very good candidates for grass-fed beef. They both fill out really, really well and provide a lot of meat for you and your family.